Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me. This is a meditation for bringing a sense of greater peace and calm around the upcoming presidential U.S. election on November 3rd. But it's not just for the people living in America. It's actually for all of humanity, as this is an election that will be affecting the entire world. And it seems likely that no matter who wins this election, chaos and violence may well occur, as beliefs are so set and emotions are so strong on both sides. And even in the days leading up to the election, there may be violence, as well as possible false flag events that may cause even greater turbulence. As we've seen, a profound polarization exists among the population like never before in America's history. So the purpose of this meditation is to help create a timeline that is the smoothest, most peaceful one possible, that we can flow along through these turbulent times that we're taking on our way to the fifth dimension, to help bring in a sense of calm and peace and sanity to everyone involved, all Americans and all those who are physically involved in the election, and to all others in the world who will be reacting to what is occurring in the U.S. So, let's just start by taking a deep breath and relaxing and just get comfortable. Be aware of your body as it continues to relax more and more deeply, but remain awake and aware. Let's call in divine light and just see it surrounding you, completely filling you and protecting you. Just feel this light coming in. And let's invite in the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, and all benevolent galactics who can join us to support us in this meditation. See if you can feel their presence with us. And become aware that you are a part of a collective group here, with all of us doing the meditation at the same time. So feel your connection to everyone in this group and feel the power that we have as a group. And now feel yourself as a part of the collective of humanity. And tune in to the love you hold in your heart for humanity, aware of the huge struggles that this race of beings is currently experiencing. And tune into your spiritual purpose, whatever it is, your mission to be here during these times to assist in the huge transition that is now occurring. If you're an American, see if you can tune into the love you may have for this country. Maybe you don't have any love for what this country has now become, but perhaps you can tune into the original idea of it, the original purpose and dream that people had when America first came into being. Remember what it was at its inception so many centuries back. When America came into being, it was actually an important step for all of humanity at the time. So many freedoms were given for the first time. And yes, many of those freedoms have now been taken away. But don't focus on that. And don't focus on how our status as a republic was taken away at one point or how messed up our whole governmental system has become. Focus on the original intent in the Declaration of Independence and the original Constitution. See the beauty that is there in these documents, the high ideals and hopes of the Founding Fathers. Maybe you even have memories of having been alive during these times when America first came into being. Maybe you even assisted in some way to bring the new sovereign country into its inception. If you're here now in America, you may well have been. Perhaps you're here now to help set things straight again with that original vision for the country. If you're not American and can't relate to this love or involvement in America, just tune in to your love for humanity as a whole, and perhaps the love you may feel for your own country. We're all connected. What happens in the U.S. is going to be affecting all people around the world. So, speaking of the Declaration of Independence, maybe you've heard stories about the signing of it, how it happened, when all the men who had gathered to deliberate about this revolutionary new declaration that had been written, how they just sat there and they couldn't get up to sign it. There were arguments going back and forth, a polarizing of opinions about it, and anger and resentment were flying around the room. But no action was being taken, one way or the other. They were stuck. As the story goes, what was really going on was no one was willing to take the chance of signing it. They were understandably hesitating, as they knew that by doing so, they could be signing their own death sentence. So they all sat there. No one was moving. But then, suddenly, there was a man standing at the back of the room that no one knew or had noticed before. He looked like one of them, but no one was certain who he was. But then he spoke, and the words that flowed from him were so passionate and inspirational that despite their fear, everyone in the room found themselves getting up and coming forward to sign the declaration. It is said that this man was the ascended master known as Saint Germain. There are many stories about him. So I'm thinking, why don't we tune in now and maybe visualize the American Congress in progress as it is today? Because in a way, it's kind of like a modern version of what was going on back then. As we all know, there's a lot of hatred and divisiveness and resentment and rage and revenge being played out. And underneath all this, there's likely a great deal of fear also, because there's pretty much always fear under all these kinds of negative emotions. So let's just tune in to the Hall of Congress now, and let's bring Saint Germain into this hall, and let's see him in modern-day clothing, maybe. He's standing at the back of the room, just watching. And we can see that his heart is filled with compassion. You can just see it on his face. And there's an aura of light and power around him as he stands there watching. And now we can see others that are manifesting all around him, other ascended masters. And now there are archangels appearing as well. And we can see angels drifting around to different parts of the hall, some of them lightly touching certain members of the Congress. We can see them, and perhaps a few others there can too. Most others can't, and yet they are beginning to feel them. They sense a presence with them, and the room falls somewhat quiet. A calm is settling over everyone. An energetic shift is happening, a balancing. And for the first time in a long time, there's a sense of peace in the Hall of Congress. And people are speaking with respect. And they're listening to each other. Their hearts are being stirred with an openness to the concerns and opinions of everyone there. Even those who have felt fueled by rage and hatred are falling still. Everyone is remembering they made a pledge to serve the American people. They are the servants of the American people. And the best of who they are is coming present within them. See this happening. Feel it. Empower this vision. Bring it into physical reality now. And now let's move to envisioning what's happening at the White House. Now, if you happen to have negative emotions and opinions about the current president, see if for a time you can put these aside. Remember, your love is for all of humanity and all human beings. Know that everyone, and I mean everyone, is truly doing the very best they can, given what they understand and how spiritually evolved they may be. We all deserve compassion and understanding. Life as human beings in the third dimension is hard. And so in doing this, then let's see Saint Germain and the other ascended masters and the archangels entering into the White House now and beginning to gather around all the players there, everyone doing the jobs they have. Witness how the same energy that came into the Congress is now beginning to flow through everyone there in the White House. There's a quieting, a calming, a balancing. People are stopping to breathe and to focus on listening to each other. And they're making calm and rational decisions. Here too, there's a sense of remembering that they're there to serve the American people. And the best of who they are is coming present and guiding them. Really see this. Feel it. Let it be so. And now let's shift our focus to the two presidential candidates for a moment, both of them under great stress for so many different reasons. And see if you can set aside for the moment any strong opinion you have as to which candidate would be better, and truly ask for divine intervention to come in to bring about what will be for the highest good of all concerned. None of us really knows, but we can depend on the divine to do this. And let's just see light surrounding and filling both candidates, assisting them to do their very best in what they are here to do. And see this light surrounding and filling all the people around each of them as well, assisting them through these last days before the election. Be aware of the enormous stress every one of them is functioning under, and send them your love. See them all being raised up to their highest potential of consciousness to do what they're here to do, to bring about success in the election, success in bringing in the candidate who will best serve the American people at this time. And see them feeling a sense of calm and an acceptance of whatever is going to be happening. And now let's focus on the American people as a collective and sense the tension, the distress, the dread, and the fear so many are experiencing, because all of this election madness is occurring on top of what Americans have all already been living through due to the coronavirus lockdown. And again, draw in powerful divine light to surround, fill, and protect each one living through these turbulent times in this country. Send every American and everyone else who may currently be living here your love, your compassion, and hold them in your wisdom and your higher knowing of spiritual light and love. And see all those who are going to be voting in the next few days and those who have already voted feeling calm and confident and inspired. Help them to see a vision of a new America rising up out of the ashes, whether it can be sometime soon or sometime in the future. Envision them realizing how this is possible, that these times we're living through now will not always be here like this, that we're gradually going to be making our way into creating a new earth, a new civilization where love and harmony reign, justice and peace, cooperation and co-creativity, abundance and fairness for all. See this yourself now. Envision it. Feel it. Feel the intense joy and freedom that comes with this vision. And now let's tune into the consciousness of those who do not want this new reality to happen, for these people do exist. There are those who do not want humanity to expand into a new and higher consciousness. But don't dwell on this, because these people too will eventually be going where they need to for their further evolution. Instead, bring bright light now into their midst that will cancel any plans they may have to cause further chaos or destruction or violence during these days to come, before, during, and after the election. See these people losing motivation and momentum to carry out these plans. See the plans interrupted, intercepted, and stopped in time. And visualize and feel how the election will all go smoothly and as peacefully as possible. And that the one who will win the presidential election will be the one who can assist America to enter into the timeline that is the smoothest and the fastest possible, leading to the new earth and fifth dimensional consciousness. And know that all other elections that are going on and will be going on across the country will also reflect this new timeline and consciousness. Feel the profound peace and balance and joy that all this can bring about. And hold this vision in your heart in the coming days. And very importantly, see yourself feeling light and free and detached, no matter the outcome of the election. Feel a sense of balance and neutrality as you move about in your life, holding the image in your heart of the new earth as you would like to see it coming in. It may take a while for it to manifest, and more chaos and turbulence may well ensue as humanity goes through its growing pains, its evolutionary pains. But you can stay clear and free just watching this. Remember, there's no need to get so involved in the turbulence that it catches hold of you, causing you anxiety and anger. Just know that you can be there, holding love in your heart and assisting the people around you to find their way through to peace and joy and love despite all that's going on. Never forget the power you have to create the world you wish to see, or the power we all have together. We can do this. If you look closely, you'll see a great awakening is already occurring, even amidst all the turbulence and chaos. And you are an important part of it. Know that my love goes with you, beloveds, as we walk together into the days ahead of us. Many blessings to you.